Hyper-lube. I've seen this junk on the shelf at Walmart many times. Never really had a reason to want to try it. I was just out listening to my daughter's little 2008 Suzuki, little backstory on it. We had bought it as a rebuilder from a car lot where it actually had just had the head redone, new timing belt, water pump, all that junk, but it needed some body panel replacement and some paint. Well, that's a recipe for a good vehicle for a teenager. So I picked it up real cheap, paid Andy to do the body work and paint on it, and it was a nice little car for a little while until the paint started falling off the front bumper cover. Now it looks like ass, but you know, it is what it is, and it was cheap. So, but we've never had really any big problems out of it. Hey YouTubers, I am trying something that I've never tried before, but I just wanted to see if it would help this little engine in this Suzuki. And the buckets in this thing aren't exactly shimmed properly, so they've been kind of loud, especially on cold startup. I had let this thing set for probably almost a week during some weather that had wind chills -20, and I came out today and started it, and she fired right up. But boy, them little lifter buckets didn't sound good at all. So I thought about adding a little bit of this Hyper-lube oil supplement that I seen at Walmart. And like I said, I've never used it before, so I'm going to throw in about half of this, and I've got it going in slowly into a fully warmed engine, because I definitely would not want to put some thick oil additive into a cold crankcase and then try to start it and get it to flow. So let me turn this off, see what I can do. It's been a fairly reasonably dependable vehicle. It gets good gas mileage. I know my daughter wants to try to complain and say she doesn't think it gets very good gas mileage, but I keep telling her the gas tank on that car is only like 12 or 13 gallons. So even if you're getting 25 or better miles to the gallon, you know, a tank of gas isn't going to last forever. So I was just out running around today, recalled, boy, when I started that car for the first time in a week, after sitting through some of that -20 wind chill weather we were having, anyway, long story short, when Andy and them had to have the cylinder head redone because the previous owner had blown the head gasket and it needed to be surfaced. When they surface the head on that particular model engine, you have to, or you're supposed to, change the shims for what I refer to them as lifter buckets. They're not a regular lifter or follower like you would think with like a Honda or a Ford motor. It's actually like a bucket that acts as a lifter. Well, because that's a non-adjustable valve train, anytime you surface the cylinder head, you're supposed to re-shim your buckets so that they're not loud, though. I don't want to say they tick like a mechanical camshaft, but they're just louder than they're supposed to be. But ever since putting the thing back together, it's had kind of noisy lifter buckets. So after letting it sit for almost a week out here with all that really cold Arctic weather, they were calling it, and the wind chills were 20 degrees or more below zero, I got out today excuse me, and cranked up the car and fired right up. Didn't have any problems with, you know, being too cold with the fuel or coolant. But man, those lifter buckets were really loud. So then I did some running around here locally. I thought, you know what, I'm going to run by Walmart, grab one of them stupid quarts of Hyper-lube, and just put it in this engine and see if it makes a difference at all with those lifter buckets. I think I have 5W30. I think it's a... Man, guys, I'm having the worst time trying to make videos on this stupid iPhone. apparently iPhones, when they get to a certain temperature, they must turn themselves off or something, because this is like the 5th time in a row I'm in the middle of trying to make a short video, because, you know, I've had problems previously, so I'm not going to, you know, be totally taken off guard if the phone tries to shut off. But in this current cold weather situation we're in, it's so frustrating, because the battery will be 60-70% or more charged, and the phone will literally just kind of, it's almost like the camera goes blurry, and then it'll just shut itself off. And then you got to wait until the phone warms up to a certain temperature, who knows what, for it to be able to power back on. So I've been a little bit frustrated lately with trying to make some videos, but I wanted to get some more content, at least, you know, videos made, so I can put them online so you guys have something to watch. Today I was trying to make this video about the trying to put some oil additive in my daughter's little Suzuki. It's an 08 Forenza with like, I think, a 1.6 liter engine, but the lifter buckets have been making a lot of noise since they redid the cylinder head, and, you know, barring pulling the head off and having to re-shim all those little lifter buckets to make them quiet, because just in case you didn't know, the design of the Suzuki engines, they have a non-adjustable valve train, so anytime you cut material off the bottom of the cylinder head, that generally requires the machinist to go through, re-shim all your lifter buckets to make it a quiet, you know, noise-free hydraulic style operation. But when they did the head last time, apparently they didn't cut enough off, or possibly they didn't realize they needed to shim them, I don't know. But the buckets in this thing have always been kind of noisy, but it wasn't bad enough that I was worried about it. You know what I mean? It wasn't loud enough that you thought, oh my God, that motor's gonna blow up, something's wrong with it. Well, I decided I was gonna try some of that Hyper-lube, cheap, I think it's like $8 for a quart. Looks to be similar to either some Lucas. It's not as thick as a Lucas oil treatment, and it's not as thick and slickery as like your WD, or I'm sorry, your STP oil treatment. But it just looked like something that I could throw in there on top of you know, what's in there in the crankcase now, run it a little while and just see if it helps at all, running a little bit thicker viscosity, because we generally run the 5W30, I believe, oil in this car just because that's what the manufacturer recommends. I thought, well, you know, it's $8, it's not going to hurt anything. And I'm always, anytime you add an additive, thick additive to your engine, regardless of what the instructions say on the bottle, always make sure your engine is up to running temperature and your oil is hot. Don't try to dump a real thick or thicker than normal additive into your crankcase and then try to start it. I don't even do that in the summertime, you know. That just adds a lot of wear and tear on your engine, possibly oil pump, you know, insert issues here. So anyway, I thought I'd do a little wrap up in the car on this Hyper-lube experiment, because I had to get in the car with the heater to warm the cell phone up so it would turn back on. So I will try to get something pieced together with the footage that I have. I also have 2 videos that I'm going to make today. One is going to be the unboxing or reveal of the 7-inch tablet I picked up. Actually got it as a Christmas gift. That's going to be my dash cluster for my Blazer. I'm going to try to follow that, I think it's called the Torque app, where you buy the dongle for your data port, and then it basically kind of Bluetooths all your engine parameters out to this app that you can put on like a tablet or your phone or whatever, and have like it's almost like having a digital dash. So I'm going to show you guys that. I hadn't even taken it out of the box. I got that thing on Christmas, wanted to open it real bad, and I was like, nah, let's hold off on opening that so we can do like a little opening reveal type thing for the YouTube channel. So anyway, I got that coming up. I've also got some modifications I'm going to do to my transmission cross member. I want to get all that stuff on video so you guys got something to watch. So as always, man, I appreciate you guys watching this channel. Hopefully I'll be able to get up some more content with some more let's call it interesting takes on how I try to do things, the deals I try to find, and hopefully be able to keep you guys entertained. If you guys, anytime you guys have any questions, please shoot me the questions in the comments, because I try to answer everybody. If you have any suggestions, or if you have any hints for me or experience that you can share, that's great too, because I don't claim to know everything. I just claim to try and, you know, learn from my experiences and try to find a way to make things work. So as always, thank you guys for watching the channel. Like, subscribe, please hit that little bell. Apparently that's a major deal now. You got to hit the bell so you get notified when I put up new videos. Thanks again for watching, guys.